Hello guys, welcome to Sports Arcade 44. Today we are bringing you highlights of the game between Lille versus Chelsea. Lille versus Chelsea, the game ended 2-1 in favor of Chelsea. Chelsea are into Champions League quarter-finals after a 2-1 win over Lille at Stade Pierre-Mauroy on Wednesday evening. While much of the damage had been done in the first leg of this tie at Stamford Bridge in February, the Blues overcame the plucky and spirited efforts of the hosts on this occasion in spite of an indifferent performance. Lille were champion had the beat from the off, and they were finally rewarded for their persistence after Jorginho was adjudged to have handled the ball following a VAR review. Burak Yilmaz duly dispatched the penalty in the 38th minute, but the French side could not take the lead into the break as Christian Pulisic fired home a matter of seconds before the halftime whistle. That goal may have ripped up Jocelyn Guavarniek's team talk, but it won't have done much to change Thomas Tuchel's need to read the riot act to his men, who looked beleaguered and well off the pace. A thumping header from Seka that cannoned off the post with the goal gaping in the 63rd minute seems a pivotal moment, and so it proved when the French champions were punished by way of Chelsea's keeper Cesar Azpilicueta coming in at Leonardo's back post in the 71 minutes. It was far from a classic, but Thomas Tuchel and his men can be happy they overcame a stern test in the face of adversity. Up next for the pensioners is a trip to the Riverside for a FA Cup quarter-final with added needle against Middlesbrough. Until then, here's how absolute Chelsea rated the Blues' performance against Lille. Eduardo Mendy, 6/10. Questionable distribution from the Senegalese giants early doors, but shook it off with time. Never stood a chance at saving Yilmaz's sports kick. Andres Christensen, 5/10. Incredibly sloppy showing from the Dane, who seems nervous and never really comfortable. His withdrawal through injury rather spared his blushes, as did his replacement picking up where he left off. Thiago Silva, 6/10. His vital block to stop a goal-bound Burak Yilmaz's efforts just minutes into the game was very important in hindsight. Another demonstration of his second-to-none defensive awareness and positioning. Went about his business with minimal force otherwise. Antonio Rudiger, 6/10. A fairly quiet day of the office by the German standard certainly did not stop to exhibit the same amount of tomfoolery he indulged in during the win over Newcastle this past weekend. The former AS Roma man had to be at full concentration to deal with fluid French play. Cesar Azpilicueta, 7/10. The captain led from the front, popping up when it mattered most, to haul but put the tie to bed. That late surge into the box is something he has mastered and refined over the course of his 9 years at the club, and he still has it in his locker despite his advancing years and waning pace. Jorginho, 6/10. A Jekyll and Hyde night for the UEFA Men's Player of the Year. The Italian was dispossessed under pressure on a number of occasions that led to a dangerous opening for the hosts, and his hand was to blame for the penalty but he atoned by showing sumptuous vision and poise to thread a ball through for Pulisic to equalize. Better second half than the first. N'Golo Kante, 4/10, usually comes alive under the floodlight of European nights, but the Frenchman was not at the races, second to many a ball, giving away some unnecessary fouls and having a rather dull defensive contribution compared to usual. Mateo Kovacic, 6/10, lit up an otherwise torrid first period for the Blues by treating the travelling Chelsea faithful to a showcase of his progressive carrying, floating and skipping past three challenges effortlessly. Perhaps surprisingly withdrawn at the interval given he had been the strongest of the midfield three to that point. Marcos Alonso, 6/10. The Chelsea left flank was virtually non-existent going forward in the first half, and the Spaniard played a role in that rarely seems on for a simple pass for Rudiger when playing out from the back, although that is also testament to the discipline Lille press. A lot better towards the end as Les Dogo's collective energy dissipated and his predatory instincts killed into gear. Christian Pulisic, 7/10. The American wasn't overly involved indeed. He had the least touches of any who started for the Blues, other than Kovacic, who departed 27 minutes earlier. And yet it was his one moment of clinical quality which proved so vital to galvanizing a Chelsea outfit that was seriously flagging and in peril of throwing away all their hard work in establishing a first-leg advantage. Kai Havertz caught an incredible isolated figure up front until reinforcement arrived late on. Still, the German worked incredibly hard with what little he had to work with, oozing confidence on the ball. The substitutes bench. Trevor Chalobah. It's been a tough spell for Trev of late and a couple of silly fouls not long after his introduction, including one that led to the Lille goal, set a similar stall out for the evening. Mason Mount, 7/10. His introduction and the tactical tweak to go with it was the impetus Chelsea needed to crack on. Pitch of an assist for the winner. Once again, Chelsea defeated Lille 2-1. That is the end of the match highlight. Thank you.